right, so a couple months ago, I teased an idea where I was building out an application that will help you guys plan your trips a lot better. So I asked around on how people organize their trips, and the answers were pretty rough. I think the most common answer was Google Sheets, and then people just had random notepads. When it was time to actually start really planning, or when it starts to get closer to the end date, the date of the trip, people just got added into a bunch of like group chats and stuff. That's kind of actually where all my time and money has been spent for the last couple of months. Long story short, the app that I'm building is a centralized place where you can see everything that belongs into a trip that you guys are planning out. So anything from the meals that you guys are planning on eating on certain days, that way people don't overlap and cook more than they need to. All the gears that people are bringing. So if you guys need recovery gear, you may know that somebody is bringing it. You may not need to bring yours, even though you should always bring yours. But just stuff like that, or like Starlink. If I know like there's 12 people that can have Starlink, I don't need to bring mine. I also wanted to add like a photo gallery section because we all take photos when we go on these trips. I wanted a place where you can add your photos to it as well. I'm slowly building out a route builder that is kind of similar to Onyx, and I think one of the main reasons why people love Onyx is that you can build out routes, and the functionality of it is just really nice. Same thing with Gaia. Gaia does quite a bit as well, especially with like elevation gains and stuff. Out of all of this, I think it's easier to have one place where you can share it. You can see all the routes, all the meals, the gears, what people drive, and all the photos I was taken during the trip. Also, with the next couple of videos, I want to do a behind the scenes work on how stuff like this gets created, the problems and the decisions that you gotta go through when you start building stuff like this. And the funny thing is, I think I just went into a full circle of me working 24/7 to build stuff like this out. And then on the weekends, I just need to get out and just need to get away and explore, just go camping, enjoy the outdoors and stuff. So yeah, here we are. All right, so if you guys can tell, I don't have a rooftop tent anymore. Opted out for 3 of these Roam cases. One's the 95 liter. I think these are 83 liters. Anyways, I got them on Facebook, so it was not that expensive because these are pretty expensive retail if you get them. But one of the main reasons was somebody asked me, why do I have a rooftop tent to sleep in? And then why do I sleep inside? And then some of the times I'm out. The main reason was that when I'm out dispersed kind of like this, I like to be in the tent. And then when I'm in the city or I just need a place to sleep, like at a rest stop or something, I'll be inside the 4Runner. But the idea of having 2 sleeping areas always sat with me. And it kind of makes sense. Why would I have 2 places to sleep? So I decided to just get rid of the rooftop tent and then opted to do something like this, which is something I kind of always wanted to do. I always wanted to bring more stuff with me. Believe it or not, I never brought too much recovery gear. I think I had 1 toe strap and that was basically it. So one of these boxes is gonna have all my recovery gear, and then the other one is basically camping stuff, and then the 95 liter in the back is probably gonna be like all my kitchen stuff, anything that's easy to access. Also, 4x4 Colorado went out of business, and I'm a big warranty guy, so if anything happens to any of my products, I like to have that kind of reassurance that I can get something in return or get it replaced or anything. Also, somebody messaged me about if I supported them, and it was a weird question to ask, so I started to look into it. And apparently, they just weren't sending people their stuff. I was looking back at some of the posts, and it was back like 2024 where people were buying tents from and they just never received them. So, which is sad because a lot of people have always asked me about the rooftop tent when they asked about this entire setup. So it's kind of like referring your friend to your work and then they get hired and they turn out to be a bad employee. That's pretty much going to be the setup. So I do have something special that I think I want to do on the inside. I will build out a bench over here. Well, I'm not going to build it, but I'm looking for somebody to do custom work where this whole back area is going to be a bench, and then right behind the driver's seat, the idea is to have a desk setup back there so I can work out of here without working in the front seat. The drawer system, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, the drawer system here is kind of poorly built. To be fair, I built it, so I knew that it wasn't going to be a really good or professionally done drawer system. So it's starting to fall apart at the moment. That's the idea, is to deck out the entire interior, have the storage boxes up top, and then yeah, hopefully the custom design that I get back on how the interior is gonna look might be worth interesting to check out. So hopefully I can do it behind the scenes there. So as I was talking, it looks like I burnt the shit out of my food. You guys have probably been wondering where I've been for pretty much all of 3 months or so. I think the last video I uploaded was pretty much sometime in Labor Day, or the last time I filmed something was in Labor Day. I don't know, I just had this big reset that I felt like I wanted to relax for a little bit. I wanted to go out camping. I wanted to enjoy times with friends and not always have a camera with me, even though I kind of always did.
Oh yeah, I can.
Looking for this spot.
No, I can go check, definitely.
All said and done, it's a little appetizer here. It's full of pork and creamy, cheesy, delicious goodness with a little spicy kick.
Damn, bro.
Edges. I know a lot of people make that mistake with seasoning, is they just do top and bottom, but every part of this meat is a bite, so you just want to make sure you get all the edges here. You know what? Might as well season the bone for the dog.
Yeah,
I'm man in the hot dog station, you know.
Yeah. I gotta figure out, because it starts out hella fast, like I need to like put in a smooth season.
It's like a Chipotle order.
Second time he has won the ball 2 hours on his score position this year.
Esse hoje foi. Ah, o cara vai me dominar no chão, vai me quedar.
Mas isso não aconteceu porque não.
Professional parts people, one final time tonight. Alright, so me and Steven doing some testing.
Issue I have with the application at the moment is when you're saving your waypoints on the map. And when you save your waypoints on the map, it goes into your library, or I'm building something out where it can go into your library. Whatever you saved into your library go away after the trip has been completed and gone, archived, or if the creator of the trip deletes it. And the answer to that is no. Anything that you add into your library should always be yours. You have ownership of whatever is there. You have ownership of all your data. So anything that I do, if you gave me a bunch of like waterfall hikes or viewpoints or something, or camp spots, and then I go in there and I delete the trip, it shouldn't affect what you have. So currently it doesn't do that, and I gotta figure out the solution without trying to overcomplicate things, if that makes sense. But kind of similar to like a digital copy of games. Let's say if I have like NBA 2K or something, I download the digital copy. If you throw away my PlayStation, you throw away the digital copy with it and all the data that goes with the PlayStation. But if I have the physical NBA 2K disc, I can always go and plug that into somebody else's PS5 or something, and then still have the physical game be available. So it's kind of like that. When I had the tent, the awning was mounted to the tent, and then the tent came out a little bit where it doesn't hit the lift gate. Now that it's mounted to the Prince 2 roof rack, it sits so much closer to the vehicle that it does hit the lift gates. Honestly, there's nothing you can really do about this. In my opinion, I think you can get other brackets where you can extend it out a little further, but I like these brackets. If I lose access to having the awning out and then the lift gate opened, and I lose access to it. So it's an unfortunate thing. I don't think there's anything you can do with it. I think that's the biggest problem with a 180 awning and a 270 awning, is that if you have a vehicle like this, like a 4Runner, and you have a lift gate, it's most likely going to hit the awning just because it goes so far out. And then trying to mount this thing was kind of a pain. So I thought it was going to be easy to mount these two front boxes up front, except that you needed to align where the crossbars are within the rack with the front and then the back crossbars. And then you also need to align that because my awning bracket sits so far into the crossbar that the 95 liter was also kind of a pain to mount just because of where this awning is. Honestly, it sounds like the solution is to get rid of the awning, but it's snowing or when it's raining, I can be under the awning. I gotta pick my battles here, right?